Bezrat Hashem, we're back at the yeshiva here on the 27th of Sivan, Thursday night. Bezrat Hashem, Parshat Shalach. So Bezrat Hashem will be continuing in Pirkey Avoth, Perek Shlishi, page Samach Aleph. You got that? Page Samach Aleph?
Yes.
Mishnah Yud Bet. Okay, good. Rabbi Yishmael Omer. So Rabbi Yishmael used to say, Hevekal larosh, v'noach letishchoret. What is kal larosh? Huh? Kal lerosh.
Lerosh.
Meaning,
all heads.
Meaning, be embarrassed. Be embarrassed, like keep your down in front of a great people.
Keep your head down in front.
Yeah, v'noach letishchoret. מה זה נוח לתשחורת? גם בחור ששרדו לשחורות ממך כל כך. ונוח לתשחורת, meaning that you should not be too, as they say, too, not today, not haughty. Today they have this, he's part of the group. He's part of the crew, you know, the youngsters,
Clicky.
Like, yeah, with the kids. Like, don't be too,
like a clique.
Don't be like smooth with the kids. They should know that you're older than them. Keep your status a little bit. And greet each individual with a lot of joy. Again, so let's see what's going on here.
Okay, where are we holding?
We're going back down to the page Samach Aleph over there. Rabeinu Yonah, Yud Bet.
Yes.
Rabbi Yishmael Omer, Hevikal larosh. What does that mean? What does that mean? Kal larosh again. Ratzeh lomar sheyakle atzmo lemishu hu rosh v'adon. You should know that there is a rabbi in the shul. You should know that there is a rabbi in the shul.
Yes.
And whenever there is a question of somebody doing something wrong, right? I like these people, somebody doing something wrong, there's a rabbi in the shul. No, I have to say something. Hello, Habibi, be quiet. Let the rabbi say. Meaning, somebody is in charge, you be quiet.
Can I talk to you something?
No, right here. I'm learning what Rabbi
listen to me. If the rabbi, he don't care.
That's not. So don't go to the rabbi. Don't go to the rabbis. Anyway. Okay, so this is the rule. The rule is. Here it is. He's telling you. Lomar sheyakle atzmo lemishu rosh ve'adon. There is a person in charge over here in the shul. You don't open your mouth. Finished.
אבל אם רבי לא עושה כלום.
אם יש ביבי. Let's put that on the
אבל אם רבי לא עושה כלום.
Can you learn Torah or you want to say your things?
I'll ask you a question.
There's no question asking. You're right now upset.
I'm not upset.
You're upset with some rabbi who doesn't care. I'm telling you right now, like this, Habibi, like this. You're in a community, there's a rabbi in there, finished. Whatever the rabbi says, you be quiet.
So you mean when they do what they want, if the rabbi don't say nothing?
You can take the rabbi on the side quietly and talk to him. And ask him, why didn't you say anything? And he'll tell you, why I didn't say anything? Because if I open my mouth, these people will never come on Shabbat Shul. That's what he'll tell you. Most of the rabbis will tell you that. And he's right. So the best thing is to be quiet. Or the rabbi will tell you, if you see something very wrong, tell them.
Okay.
Oh, once the rabbi tells you to tell them, so good, you tell them.
So if the rabbi did something wrong, you can talk to the rabbi.
Privately. All the time you have to do privately. You can't embarrass people. Okay. כמו שנאמר, it says in the Torah, אל תתהדר לפני מלך ובמקום גדולים אל תעמוד. Don't make yourself beautified in front of the king, יענה, and don't be stand. Don't put yourself, I'm a big shot in front of the rabbis or גדולים. שלא יחשוב אותך לאדם גדול, להקל עצמך לפניו לעשות הפצה ולהשלים צרכיו, ואל תתוודע אליו. Anytime that there is a rabbi in the shul, you don't come and you start making noise. Over here in the shul, today we were discussing, before anything I do over here, I ask the rabbi. Everything, every little detail. Rabbi, somebody asked for a siddur, a poor person, give him. I can. Yeah, no problem. Rabbi, what kind of siddur should we buy? Rabbi, what kind of sfarim should we buy? Anything, right? Mishnah, anything we buy here. Rabbi, what this, what that? Right, today we had a whole meeting. Rabbi, should we get here? You'll put yourself in English, a whole volume, 18 volume set.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the rabbi said, no, it's a lot of money. Said, if you have extra money, no problem. And we still didn't cover a few sets from the previous fundraiser. So that's the answer. You know what's going on? The rabbi knows everything. The rabbi, Habibi, you don't do nothing without permission. Especially when they know there is somebody in charge. Avada. And not just rabbi. A president of the shul, same thing. If there's no rabbi in the shul, chas v'shalom, nobody should step a foot in such a shul. If there is a shul that doesn't have a rabbi, if the rabbi just died, I could understand. They're looking for a rabbi. They're trying to hire a rabbi, give him 3-4, give him half a year also is allowed. But after that, they have no rabbi. You're not allowed to step in that shul. Or a shul where the rabbi is not in charge. The balabatim are in charge. It's a shul you don't go also. What is this? It's a shul? It's a yo-yo place. The rabbi is being controlled by the president. That shul you're also not allowed to step in. Because there's no rabbi in charge. Right? But let's say you came into this shul and the president is in charge, or the gabayim. You can't say nothing until there's no other choice. Okay, now, v'noach l'tishchoret. Okay, v'noach l'tishchoret, what does that mean? Page Samech Aleph, why are you looking so much?
I don't know.
Samech Aleph, look at Samech Aleph on top.
I didn't find it.
Rafael, yeah, give me, I'll help you.
Mechila.
No, give him, tell him right here, show it to him. Okay. There's jumping on the pages over there. Right here, Samech Zayin. Samech Aleph, right here.
I got it, Rabbi. Thank you.
Very good. Rabeinu Yonah explains, כלומר, שיהיה נוח בדבריו ולשחריו, ולא שיקל עצמו לפניו כי איננו אדון. Now, we're talking about also, what is נוח לתשחורת? ולא שיתגבר עליו, גם כן יש בידו יכולת, כי אחר ששופט את הארץ כפקידו המלך. פקיד על עצמו עמו. אי אפשר שלא יחשוב. No, look at Rabeinu, it's a machlokit over here. The translation I gave, according to Rabeinu Avoth Bartanura, Rabeinu Yonah says, no, it's a different translation. What I told you, it's talking about not to be too cool in front of the kids, right? I told you not to go down to the level of the kids, but maintain your level. Says Rabeinu Yonah, no, noach l'tishchoret means, klomar שיהיה נוח בדבריו ולשחריו. You hear? When you speak to this master of the shul, of the place where you're at, or say president, or whatever it is, you should be very, very careful how you talk. Don't make yourself too like you're nobody, right? Because he's not a master of the whole world. Yeah, he should know that, but don't make yourself like a shmata, too much. And sure, not to try to overpower the person in charge. Even if you have a power, let's say a person is much smarter. Sometimes you have this. A rabbi comes from a town. He comes to a new town, and the rabbi of the shul is not so smart. Yeah, not so, He didn't learn the yeshiva. The most thing he saw is Yalkut Yosef. He doesn't know what the Gemara looks like. Shulchan Aruch doesn't know. He doesn't know nothing. But he's a rabbi because that's what they did. He has a smicha that he knows Yalkut Yosef very well. They give him a position. Okay, good. He has a position, a salary. Good. He took the position because he knows the halakha. They ask him on Shabbat. He knows all the things because he doesn't know one. What's his name? Nothing from Shulchan Aruch. Yeah. And this guy comes from big shot town. Let's say from Lakewood, a big rabbi. He knows back and forth Shulchan Aruch, all the Rishonim, all the Achronim, all the Gemarot, everything he knows. He knows everything now. Says, be very careful. Don't overcover that rabbi. Don't overpower that rabbi. Right?
Don't
overpower him with your wisdom.
The new one?
The new one should be very careful not to overpower the local rabbi.
In other words, don't belittle the rabbi.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to tell him the halachot.
But what he's saying is like, okay, you have a rabbi here.
Yeah, he's in charge.
Or somewhere, and the rabbi's in charge.
Finish.
And all of a sudden, this big hacham comes out of nowhere. Yeah. Okay, so don't put the rabbi down. He's been
you can talk to him.
Don't put the hacham kid that doesn't have to lower himself to a low life, but he cannot elevate himself above the rabbi.
You have to get
now, here's where I'll tell you a story. Taz, Allah Shalom. Taz is the Mefaresh on Shulchan Aruch. It's about 300 years ago. He's explaining of Shulchan Aruch. He's giving he's a big posek also. But it happened to be that he was in Galut. He had to leave his town because he didn't like honor. Okay? So one time he moved into Europe town. And people there, the rabbi he was a shamash or something. He became a shamash in the shul, cleaning the shul. He got a job to clean the shuls. Okay. Somebody came in looking for the rabbi. The rabbi's not there, and they had a problem, a question on the halakha, kashrut. So Taz heard it. He says, "This halakha, They said, oh yeah, okay, thank you. And then what happened was, as the person was going out, the rabbi of the town was coming back in. So the person says, what should I do with this food? The question. So the rabbi looks at it and says, not kosher. Not kosher? Okay, but somebody said it's kosher. Who said it's kosher? How dare you? How dare you? The person didn't say. Says, I'll get you his name later, right? So then the person came to the shamash. Says the rabbi says it's not kosher. He said, tell the rabbi, here's a piece of paper. Wrote to him. Says, look at this and this place. You'll know it's kosher. Okay. So then the person brought back to the rabbi and says, here's the paper where this person took it from. Who is this person? Only Taz it says this. He didn't know. Taz is in the shamash. He says, Taz. Okay. If now I see the Taz says, okay, it's kosher. Go.
Nice.
You know what's going on? If he knew that, so then what happened? The rabbi found out who is this person. They were hiding. And then at Galeh, it was revealed that the Taz, the Shamash is the Taz. The rabbi said, what? The rabbi on Shabbat got undressed. Chas v'shalom, Shamash. Our Shamash is Taz HaKadosh. This is Mifaresh Kol Shulchan Aruch that knows everything, all the halachot, everything. I can be. So that night, Taz, they wanted to make him the rabbi. He didn't want to take a title of the rabbi. He wanted to live a peaceful life, just learn Torah and teach Torah, whatever. Anav, barachme ya medina. That night he escaped. Again. Open his mouth, he's in trouble. Yeah? Nobody, who told you to open your mouth? Be quiet. Anyway, so אי אפשר שלא יחשוב על שונאיו להרע ויכול לאכל להם. So now what happens? If you be too smart in front of the people in power, they're gonna always be afraid for themselves, for the position. So what are they gonna do? Next time there's a problem, to cause you harm, they're gonna cause you harm, says the rabbi. אך באהבתו ירוויח כי אדון הוא בארץ. ותשחורת הוא משון של העבר. Okay, but the rabbi knows you're smarter than him, and you don't raise your nose that you want to take over power. The rabbi knows you love him. Anytime, anywhere, he's always going to do favors to you. Because why? He knows that you're not overpowering him. You're not here to overpower him. Good. If you're not here to overpower him, he loves you. Okay, לקבל את כל האדם בשמחה. And that's what the rabbi ends off in the Mishnah, be accepting every person with happiness. Right? So he explains over here that what is happiness? This fact that you held yourself back, that you didn't try to overpower, and you were always elevating that's by showing love, that you're not here to overpower. B'ezrat Hashem, there's going to be only joy. Yud Gimel. Rabbi Akiva Omer. Schok v'kalud rosh margilin le'erva. Rabbi Akiva says schok v'kalud rosh. Anybody who is too relaxed, and schok is too much laughter. Too much
silliness.
We just said. What did we say previously? We said greet everybody with joy. Greet everybody with joy. So comes to the next Mishnah. The rabbi tells you, hello, too much joy, too much happiness. That depends what you're using your happiness with. So he says schok v'kalud rosh and what's his name? Chas v'shalom doing things that are too much at ease, not being careful. Margilin la'erva. This is the best way to get used to becoming busy with girls. Erva, girls.
He's loose.
Yeah, too loose. It becomes too loose. Then he could do. Then in the end he'll do avirot with ladies.
Erva?
Yeah, Erva is ladies. Yes. Masoret,
Zonot.
Yeah. Masoret lesiyag laTorah.
Okay.
Masoret, mazil Masoret. Masoret will learn. Masoret usually means what's his name? Siyag laTorah. The Masoret. I received this from the receiving knowledge from generation to generation. That's called Masoret. Okay. So Masoret is siyag laTorah. Ma'asrot siyag laOsher. So somebody who always goes back onto the roots of his forefathers, like that's what I'm pushing right now with many. I come from Bukharian Jews, and it's haram. And a lot of Bukharian Hagim have been erased because we're learning Baruch Hashem a lot of Sfaradim, a lot of Ashkenazim halachot, and it's mamash little by little Minhagim of Bukhara is becoming erased. No. If you want to know what Torah is, Minhag Israel Torahi. Minhag of your forefathers is your Torah. A lot of big problems could come in the future.
You mean minhag is very important.
Minhag Avotenu Biyadenu. We have the whole Torah that we have. If you want to know what Torah is, follow your forefathers. Okay?
كل حديث له منهج شنو؟
Right. Yeah.
You have to go with the minhag.
Yeah. And according to
You can
Rav
change
Ovadia, all the Gerim have to follow Minhag Sfaradim. Maran Shulchan Aruch. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you are. Anybody who became a ger anywhere, Ashkenaz, it doesn't matter where, he has to do Sfaradim Minhag. Or everything.
גם ספרדי מנהג?
He has to follow Minhagim Sfaradim. Yep, that's the Maran Ovadia. That's
No. אבל יש אשכנזים.
Doesn't matter. There's no
אבל
such
רבי
thing.
אשכנז שלו.
There is no such thing. No such thing. No.
Yes,
Rav Ovadia doesn't like it. Okay. Now, Masrot Siag LaOsher. You want to stay wealthy? You want to continue getting Parnasa?
Okay.
Give tzedakot. Give tzedakot. Nedarim Siag LaPrishut. A person who makes a lot of swearing is going to be too frivolous.
Yes.
You know, I swear God all the time. You hear these people? Swear God for nothing?
I am me.
Yes, Shalom. Shalom. Siag LaChochma. The best way to safeguard your wisdom or to show that you're a wise person is to be quiet.
Stika.
Shtika.
Shtika.
Shtika means be quiet.
Silence.
Silence. Silence is the best thing.
Okay.
Says Rabeinu Yonah. We're back on page Samachbet. Rabbi Akiva says, all those frivolous behavior leads a person to do with ladies things. Meaning like this, that if a person is always joking and always talking nonsense with ease of mind, it makes a person readily to do avirah with a woman. Aval koved rosh v'yira hem siag la'arayot. However, when the person is very serious, koved rosh means seriousness, and he is afraid. V'yira hem siag. A person wants to stay away from frivolous behavior of woman, immodest behavior of woman. Be serious, and you know what they call it in English today? Flirting. Flirting with women, right? A customer comes in. Oh, this is gonna look beautiful on you. It's averot. What? I have to make a sale. Oh, what does that mean? You have to beautiful on you? Where is it coming? Where are you coming from? This?
Asur.
Of course, asur.
If you want to make sex.
Huh?
You want to make a set.
Only person you're allowed to say it's beautiful are your old children and your wife. Finished. There's no other people except your mother. Maybe your mother you could say also beautiful. Yeah, but why? Mommy, this dress looks nice on you. I don't know what your men looking at dresses. It's a brainwashed idea in America. The man has to sit over there and watch his wife put on a dress and choose which dress he's going to go to the wedding with. You know what I do when my wife wants to do such a thing? First of all, I'm not there. I'm in the car already.
But
When you're ready, you come out. I'm sitting in the car.
but she can tell you how I look. If you like it or not.
Yeah, after she's dressed. I'm not just sitting over here now.
Of course outside. No, when she come out, she's okay. How I look. I like
Yeah,
it.
of course. Well, of course you have to greet her and give her praise. Of course. Beautiful choice. The most ugly dress in the world. Beautiful choice. Don't worry, it's good. Don't start. It's not worth it. Now, you know, there is a whole big machloket if you're allowed to tell your wife the food is tasting or not tasting. So some say, no, you could tell her, lady, you know, for the next time, you don't want to burn.
So
Huh?
no, go ahead.
What do you want to say?
If your wife should cook and stuff, but I thought it's missing salt here. He didn't put a lot. No,
Huh?
it's missing salt. It's in pepper. It's not cooked.
When you get a wife, make sure you don't do that.
Huh?
You make sure you don't do that.
No.
Yeah. The only time I complain, if it's too much salt. Then I can't eat. I'm not allowed to eat.
The only time I complain is when I don't smell any food cooking.
No, that's what's the name?
It's a problem.
What do you mean cooking? You get
I
to
don't smell
KC.
I don't smell no food in there.
We'll go to KC. Big deal. Everything's ready there.
But you
Everything's
can tell
ready.
you, oh, very tasty, very good.
Yeah. No, less when there's no salt, less salt or no salt. I don't say anything.
No salt, nothing.
Nothing. If it
You
doesn't
can put
harm.
it. No problem.
Well, I only say the things that harm. things that are harm, I ask my wife, please make sure. Or if it's too salty, I won't eat because I have problems with my kidneys and all that. I tell her I can't eat, sorry, lady. Mechila. She tells me, I thought of you. I was thinking of you. So I just oversold the food. She forgot that she sold it 3 times by mistake. Fakers. Huh? 3 times she sold it. The same amount. Okay, anyway. Oh, the rabbi said, continue. We're here in Rabeinu Yonah, right? The first line. Ma'asrot l'siyag le'osher. Okay? The giving tzedakah, כי אמריתם במסכת התניא, it says over there in מסכת התניא, תת עמוד א', על אותו תינוק שהיה קורא 10 תעשר, אמר לרבי יוחנן 10 בשביל שתעשר. Over there, if you remember, we learned where the Reish Lakish's child was fighting with Rabbi Yochanan. Remember that Gemara? We learned this Gemara together. He's telling you now. It's like there's a person. There was a fight. Reish Lakish's son was fighting with his uncle. Rabbi Yochanan was fighting, and he told him that are you allowed to test Hashem? So he says yes. Here the Rabbi Pirkey down. Can you test Hashem with masrot?
He said yes.
מצא הכתיב, לא תנסו את השם. Didn't it say in the Torah, don't test Hashem? אמר לי, אחי אמר רבי הושעיה, חוץ מזו. So Rabbi Yochanan answered him, except for this, you are allowed to test Hashem. Everything is אסור, this one is allowed. שנאמר, הביאו את כל המעשר אל בית האוצר, והיא תראה לבית ביתי ובחנוני נא בזאת. And the pasuk clearly says, you have to test, you could test Hashem with this. And then what did the nephew answer his uncle? I don't need. If I knew this pasuk, I don't need you and not your rabbi. Meaning the child didn't get to this pasuk yet, right? Because he get to the pasuk, it says you're not allowed to test Hashem. Over here it says clearly you're allowed to test me. So says the Reish Lakish's son to Rabbi Yochanan, who needs you and your rabbi? I need you to explain me this. Pasuk says clearly you could test Hashem. Okay, anyway, then Rabbi Yochanan wanted to look at him to kill him, but his sister came out and saved her son. And there where it says, when you give tzedakah, it's the best way to preserve your money. Now, if you want to become very wealthy, you have to give with a good eye. How much money? How much money? At least 20%. Not people don't understand that. People think over there, no, the Gemara said not more than 20%. No, the Gemara does not mean that at all. It's talking about a person who receives an inheritance. Over there specifically, what happened? You get an inheritance, $1 million. So what is your tendencies right away? You got $1 million. You want to give half to the aniyim. You want to give half to the aniyim. Why? Because $500,000. So what do? You will give out half to the aniyim. So the Gemara over there says right away, no, you're not allowed to give more than 20%. But if a person earns, now earning is different. Earning money, you're allowed to give 99%. If you have an income, a stream of income, business, whatever you have, if you have a steady stream of business, you're allowed to give 99.999% tzedakah. And you will not be poor. Over there, the problem with inheritance is, there's an explanation, by Chafetz Chaim also, by the Maharsha. The problem with inheritance, that's why the Chazal say, don't leave any inheritance to your children. Why? Because inheritance spoils the person. He doesn't want to work anymore. And because he doesn't work, he doesn't earn, he just loses. So a guy gets $1 million, so we tell him, don't give more than 20%, leave the 80%. When he tell him that, he's, why not? You know why not? Because you're going to become poor. If you give more than 20%. So keep it.
Or you can help him to business to.
Oh, good. So that's right. That's right. But the guy says, I want to give it away.
Huh?
I want to give the whole thing away. In order to give the whole thing away, you have to be mamash, yirat shamayim, a big tzaddik, a big taor. There is a Gemara case in the Masechet Tanit. Remember the rabbis were running after the, and he gave everything away. That's the way it was. And what? He thought that he's going to get poor. He got more richer than before. Anyway, that's Emunah. Okay? Okay, ולמעשה הם והשם והם שווים, ושלא יאמר 1,000 קורי איך אתן 100 למעשה והם שווים כמה, אלא ידנם. A person should not make a calculation when he's separating tzedakah. Oh, I only have $10,000. How am I going to give $2,000 tzedakah? Wow, it's a lot of money, $2,000. How should I give tzedakah? Don't worry, give. Hashem will reward
If you don't make some time.
Huh? If you don't make, sometimes from what you're going to give?
Used to make it. Yeah.
Not used to make. Whatever you make, you give. כי השם יתברך ויתעלה נאמן לשלם לו כל מה שייתן ולהפיל את השכר. And Hashem will give him more reward for everything that he separates from the מעשרות. לשלם לו כל מה שייתן ולהפיל את השכר. והוא אמת גם על פי הניסיון ועניין הצדקה הוא כמו מעשרות ולהרבות בצדקה יוסיף עושר על עושרו. Anybody who gives more tzedakah, the more you give, the more wealthy you become. יבנה לב האדם מליתן מתנות גדולות ולאביונים, פן ימעט עושרו ולא יספיק, ידו ידע כי זאת תהיה הסיבה אליו לעשות במשפט. אבל יחשוב העשיר הגדול ותיתו הרבה בצדקה, אם לא נתן לפי עושרו ורוב נכסיו להינקה, כי יעלה בלבבו דבר רע לאמור כמה מאוד בזרתי בצדקה. Now what about a person who is giving out a lot? Should be very careful. Don't say I gave enough. Never say you gave enough. Always say I didn't give enough. Like, people don't understand that. There's going to be a din v'cheshbon. I know people, rich people, they get letters the whole day, and they want to fulfill everybody's letters, but it's a problem. It doesn't work like that. So they give everybody little by little. It doesn't work like that. First come, first serve. You know what that means in the Torah? A poor person comes and you have $1 million to give, and he needs $1 million, and he's a real poor person. He needs $1 million. You be quiet and you give him $1 million. Nah, Rabbi, that doesn't make sense. Why should I give him $1 million? Let me give to 1 million people $1. Chas v'shalom. Chas v'shalom.
Well, you can give everything to one, the other.
Yes, that's right.
Well, you can give millions.
Akol hakodem zoche. If you have $1 million to give, you must give him the whole thing. Yes.
To one guy?
What's the meaning to one guy? That's what Hashem recommended. No. Who's here in front of you? This guy needs money. Be quiet. לא, זה לא מצווה. זה לא ככה. That's right. If he needs the $1 million and you know it's a true tzedakah, you have to give it to him. Okay. כי הרש ואין לו אלא שאה ונותן כמו עשרות כראוי, והשיר יש לו 2,000 שאה ונתן למעשר 200 וחסר אחד, יצא העני נקי מן חרב והשאר נתחייב בהם. Yeah? He says like this, if a rich man he made 2,000 pounds of grain, he has to give away 200 pounds. What happens if he gives 200 pounds missing 1 pound? He did not fulfill the mitzvah alone. Why? The poor man, he gave whatever he is allowed to give. Poor people, I don't allow poor people to give tzedakah. You know that, right? There's no such thing. Poor people cannot give tzedakah. Where should he give it from? It's because you're alive. Right. So, so there's calculations, how much you have the money in a bank account, and all those things. Okay, that's a different lesson. Masoret siyag la-Torah. Here, Masoret siyag la-Torah. Masoret elo maleh chas v'chaser, v'atamim shebasru chachamim לתלמידיהם. Now, Masoret means, Rabeinu Yonah, however you read the Torah. Masoret means, sometimes you see the Torah, it's a letter lamed, and sometimes they don't read the lamed. Sometimes it's a letter taf, it's read like a hey. Many times the Torah, the word is changed to read it differently than it's written. That's called, there is a ktiv and there's kri. Ktiv means the way it's written and the way you read it. So that's the Masoret. That's a transition. Kri is reading. Masoret means a transition from one generation to the next generation. So that's the way to preserve Torah, is by having a Masoret. Passed down, that's right, yeah. Now the Rabbi Tagadinis, והם סייג לתורה שבכתב, שלא תמצא הספרים החלוקים קיים במקומות מועטים, and there should not be difference in opinions in how the Sefer Torah looks like. מה שאין כן בספרי התלמוד, כי בכמה מקומות הגרסאות מתחלפות, גם בכל יום ויום ספרות מתחדשות, ומהם כותבים הגרסה על פי הדעתם, וניתנה רשות לחבל, כי ספר שלם אין בארץ אשר לא יחטא, ותולים הטעות על הספר ולא על הדעתם. You what's going on here? Says, no. Sefer Torah, Nevim Ktuvim, there you have to write only to what you're, from Moshe Rabeinu, whatever we got from generation to generation. But the Gemara, we have a lot of different discrepancies. How did you read this page in the Gemara? Some people have a missing word, some people, the whole line is missing. So that is not a problem. Why? Because over there, we're going to have different opinions, and that's what Torah is all about. Torah is all about having opinions. You hear? Torah is about having opinions, that's building your mindset to be able to accept different opinions and to see if we could explain it the way that the other person saw it. Or if you could debunk it, see if you could debunk it. Like I had a big thing with Rabeinu Avoth. Rabeinu Avoth Yosef says you should say on the bracha of Labinim v'Lamashinim in Shmoneh Esrei, Zidim. Shover Oviv B'Machnei Zidim, right? We say Shover Oviv B'Machnei Minim. When the Shai says Minim, Rav Ovadia says Zidim, so it's a big machloket. You know what I'm talking about? I showed you once.
It was a couple of weeks ago.
A couple of weeks, many months ago. But anyway, so Rav Ovadia says Zidim. Ben Ishai says Minim. Who's right? So who's right? So I said, you know what? I got a Gemara. I had a Gemara in Stanzels. The problem with Rav Ovadia in his generation, they put this rabbi in Cherem. Stanzel.
He wanted him to teach it the way that he...
That's right, the way they saw the Gemara. However, the problem with that, when you put people to Cherem, in the Torah world, you have a big problem. What's the big problem? The person has a lot of Torah, you'll never know the truth. But this person was given permission. Stanzels was the only one in our generation given permission to go into the Vatican and to pull out the old manuscripts from the Gemarot. So all the Gemarot that Rav Ovadia learned from his youth, in Masechta Brachot, Rabban Gamliel says anybody here could make a bracha for minim. According to Rabbi Stanzels, the Gemara is talking about the bracha was made for minim specifically. According to all our Gemarot, or the Vilna Gemarot, mostly all Gemarot, they have tzdukim. The Rabban Gamliel is asking, can somebody make a bracha for tzdukim? So now, Rabbi Ovadia learns tzdukim. So whatever he has, she told that it's talking about the bracha has to be zaydim. But when it comes to Ben Ishai, he knew what's inside the Vatican. Ben Ishai he had Ruach HaKodesh, different than Rabbi Ovadia. So it was big Mekubal. I don't think, not the Chas Shalom diminishing the Rabbi Ovadia was Gaon, but it's missing information. So I explained to somebody, Rabbi, how dare you, Rabbi Ovadia didn't know this. Of course he didn't know it. Had he known it, he would not argue on Ben Ishai. Had he known the Gemara was censored by the Christians, the Christians took out anywhere the word minim in the Torah. In the Gemara, they took out the word. They replaced it with zdukim. So Rav Ovadia, all his life, he learns zdukim. Comes Rabbi Stanzelt, a few years back, he released the Gemara, it says minim. The bracha is for minim, so how can it be an argument anymore? You can't have an argument if you know that Rabbi Shimon or Rabbi Gamliel asked, who over here could make a bracha against minim? Turn off the light, Shama. Shlomo, turn off the light, please. You hear? He's asking who's going to make a bracha for minim. Now you're arguing the bracha should be zidim? You can't argue anymore. So I said to somebody, it was Rav Ovadia Chassid. I told this to one of the Rav Ovadia, he wanted to kill me. Rav Ovadia, he knows everything. I said, it's a new Torah. You can't talk of Rabbonim. What they know everything. How dare you speak against this rabbi? I'm not speaking against rabbi.
But Rabbi, he studied. He knows everything mostly. So
see, that's another one.
He's a rabbi. Yeah, no,
so Ben Ishai didn't know.
Can so.
So Ben Ishai says minim. Rav Ovadia says minim.
כל אחד יש לו דינים שלו.
אוקיי, בסדר.
אבל
הלכה כמו הרב שלך. זהו, next.
מי זה?
Whatever your rabbi says, that's what you do.
אין רבי.
Yeah. נדרים סייג לפרישות. A person who makes a lot of promises, swears.
אבל מה רבי?
הפרישות היא מידה עליונית. מה זה פרישות? I said that. A prishut is like a poresh, like a looseness. He's too loose. A person who makes the darim is too loose, meaning he doesn't have he's set on his mind. It is not steady.
What do you mean?
He's too loose. Yalla. He's too loose on everything. I'll explain right now.
I swear it's very open.
Very open. It's not good.
No good?
No. וכמה מעלות טובות יש להשיג אליה, כנאמרין הנקיות בביאה No, sorry. Bechila. Over here he wants to say, it's if you want to stay away from something bad and your Yetzer Hara is pushing you to do it constantly, make a neder.
I'm sorry?
Let's say,
wow.
you'd say today is a very common. A person goes on the internet, not too much. So he says, I swear in Hashem's name, I will not go on the internet for a week.
Don't go away?
On the internet for a week. He's allowed to do that. If it's going to encourage him not to go on the internet, he's allowed to do that. It's good. Prishut meaning poresh from the Avera. That's what I did. Not too frivolous. It's actually poresh. He's distancing himself away from doing the Avero. That's what the rabbi says. As we said, that a person is constantly Also, be clean, right? Clean, going to the restroom before prayers, clean, to go to the bathroom before sleeping or eating, all those things. Now, all that will separate him from becoming too frivolous. Poresh means he separates himself from any pleasures of this world. Even though he's allowed to eat, and he's allowed to be with his wife anytime he wants. But still, he stays away from her too much. He doesn't not to be too much soaked into that issue. That also makes a person holy. And even other things like, I don't know, different tava. Give me a tava. He likes to go fishing too much. He loves fishing. He can't stop fishing. He has that adrenaline, right? He got the big, what's his name? Bass, ocean bass, those big ones, right?
Wow. Fishing, play.
So any tava, soccer, stay away from it. Also from honor, people love honor. Stay away from it. The more you separate from yourself, will make you more elevated. Okay. Stay away from following the worldly desires, but come to Bet Midrash to learn more.
Stay away from the what, Rabbi?
Worldly desires, but come to Bet Midrash, which is not desirable. It's not desirable to sit over here. People fall asleep anytime. In the middle of learning, you get tired because it's not desirable. So go where it's less desirable. There will make you grow. Now, people, what happens? We have this problem on Shabbat. What's Shabbat made for? Shabbat is not made for just to eat and sleep. But what we do, we eat good on Shabbat and then we fall asleep. Right? I'm talking to myself. Yeah. Stop eating too much. You won't fall asleep. You will learn Torah. Anyway, I tried not to eat anything. I'll fall asleep anyway.
But for Shabbat, you have to eat good too.
See again. We're talking. One thing I say is something else. I'm telling you, by me it doesn't work.
What?
By me it doesn't work. I eat a lot or I eat little on Shabbat. I still fall asleep.
Everything is a system. Your body.
The body. That's a big problem.
Before me too. You know, I sleep 4 hours. Before nothing. I study all.
A person should be striving to do more job with in service of Hashem. Also drinking, you should drink. It's not enough. You need to take away your thirst. And don't get drunk and don't get naked in your tent, in your bedroom too much. But if a person is sleeping with his wife only to bring children, right? Only to fulfill the mitzvah, and that's it. He doesn't every day he wants to be with her like a chicken, like a rooster. Right? So
you're not going for pleasure with your wife or for
no pleasure. You're not allowed to have too much pleasure. You're not allowed to have pleasure. You're not doing it for pleasure, you're doing it for mitzvah.
for make babies?
Babies or for mitzvah or not. Not all the time you're gonna have babies, so but there is a mitzvah to be with your wife. Depends on the person's malacha. Depends what he does. Okay, most people today it's one time a week. Most jobs, unless you're a stockbroker. A stockbroker mistama every day has to be with his wife.
Okay.
Stockbrokers mistama has to be.
Yes, release the stress.
What? He has no stress. He doesn't work.
Stockbroker?
Yeah, it's not physical labor.
But it's mental stress.
Okay, so not stockbroker. Let's go to a person who gives out loans.
Depend the person.
Who makes money on interest. Those are easy lives.
So why do they have to be with their wives every
day? Every day they're not struggling.
Oh, yeah?
It's like a king.
I don't understand this.
Yeah.
Depend the person also.
No, it doesn't matter.
Are you sure?
And a person who struggles cannot be with his wife every day?
Once a week. It must be. We're talking about once, if a wife wants it.
Huh?
Let's say a wife wants it every day. He has to be with her every day.
Oh.
Unless it depends on his job.
Yeah.
It depends on his job, of course. So let's say he's, like you say, stockbroker is worried with mine, Talmid Chacham learning Torah once a week. His wife cannot push him. He's not allowed to. She cannot push him. Why? Because he's not going to learn Torah. A stockbroker.
What happens if a wife doesn't want to be with her husband?
What? We divorce her. Send her away to hell. She deserves to be in hell if she doesn't want to be with her husband. What kind of business is this? What's that? It's a big avira. It's not a joke.
It's an avira?
Beta. She loses from her ketubah b'chlal. She loses from her marriage contract. He could divorce her after a while without paying her a penny.
Wow.
Of course. Not a joke, was it? Was it? Not to be with her husband? Okay, but no, we're talking about when a woman, let's say she has a big urge. She's crazy. She's driving her husband crazy. The husband says, what do you want from me? I'm learning full day. Not allowed to force. He's going to Beit Din. The Beit Din says, lady, go take a cold shower. Same thing with a man who's a laborer, a contractor. What do you want from him? What about a man who is a sailor, once in 6 months? He must come home within once in 6 months.
And the husband have to go with his wife too, every time we.
Every time, again, it depends. Again, there's rules about when he has to be with his wife, at minimum.
Once you go to
now, a man could be with his wife 10 times a day if he wants to. I'm saying that's not allowed.
No, once you go to the mikveh, you have to go with her.
Once you go to the mikveh, is a chovah deoraita. What's it?
So you have to go with your.
Yeah, the question is every other day is deoraita also, so that's what I'm saying.
I did this.
We're also saying that the person has to be with his wife deoraita. That once a week for a rabbi, for a person who works, a laborer, all those things. A sailor once in 6 months, it's deoraita. He has to be with his wife.
1 off?
6 months.
6 months, no big deal.
What about a king? And the wife wants her, if he's a king, he has nothing to do. Like this guy is a wealthy guy that make money on interests. They don't do nothing, retired. So that's it. They become the king, so they have to take care of their wives. Well, but again, so that's what we're talking about. Staying away when you want the desire, you cut down on your desire, make you holy. Again, the person who is staying away from too much worldly pleasures, he will be not so easy swayed to do averot. When he's going to have a desire because the Yetzer Hara won him to do the averah, Yomar b'libo mina ha'naot hamutarot ani nishmar. He says, I don't understand you. I'm allowed to be with my wife every day. I'm not touching my wife every day. So he says, from the things that I'm allowed, or I could eat steak every day, but I'm not eating steak every day. I don't want to eat steak every day. Why? Because it's too much ta'ava. So what happens here? Yetzer Hara wants him to do a big avirah right now. What he's going to say to himself? What do you mean? Why should I do avirah with this person or this avirah when even the steak that I'm allowed to eat I don't touch? So that will make him more holy. You know what's going on here? Okay. And how I'm going to do a sin before Hashem all my lives. And the fact that he distanced himself from worldly pleasure, that will distance him away from becoming stumbling blocks. However, if a person is constantly busy with what his desires are, even if he doesn't do averot, he doesn't do averot. He eats steaks every day. 3 times a day he eats steaks, and he with his wife all day. He doesn't. It's not averah. She's muteret lo. Still, what happens? He distanced himself away from the real foundation. What's the reason why you're here? It will cause his body to go after his soul will go after his body. Again, the rabbi says over here, he's going to give you all the, all the things that will mislead you, all the negative things that happens to a person who is following his what's his name? Let's go to the next column quickly. Siyag l'chokhmah shtika in the middle. You see that the black big bold letters?
Yes.
Siyag l'chokhmah.
Okay. Ze siyag ben l'chokhmah atzman ben lemidotea. This is talking about, this is a protection from the wisdom of its own, or its character. Ketzad. She'eno nichnas letok divrei chavero. First of all, he never talks while other people talk. And he right away be honest. He says, I don't know. If I didn't hear something, he doesn't say, I know what the rule is. You don't know, be quiet. Like I get a question many times, I don't know. I said to people, well, give me a minute, I'll make phone calls, we'll find out the truth. Right? So a person who is constantly quiet, that will bring him to realization of the truth. Yeah? He is less talkative. Some people say, oh, you like to hear yourself talk too much. No. Who does this statement shayach to? A person who's talking nonsense. He doesn't say the truth. Somebody who speaks the truth, he doesn't have a problem talking. A person who is talking constantly nonsense, you could tell him point blank, you love to hear yourself. Okay? So what is a wise man? he never speaks to before anybody who is wiser than him. כי הלומד בפני רבו ורואה סברה אחת כהלכה, אל יחשוב מיד כי היא האמיתית. And even though you're learning in front of your rabbi and you know the truth, the rabbi in the truth doesn't know nothing, right? Don't say it right away. ולא ירצה לאומרה בטרם שיסיים רבו ולדבר. Don't interrupt, don't jump up. Quietly if you want to go on the side. אם יעשה כן יפסיד מה שיאמר רבו. So now, remember, you're here in front of a big rabbi, and he wants to talk, and he said something that you don't, you want to jump. Here we have this problem in Hollywood, jumping when the rabbi is talking. Let the rabbi say a statement. No, everybody wants to jump in with their own ideas. He's talking. Let him finish.
He said,
He says, if you do that, if you jump into the words, you're never going to understand what he wants to say.
Like a horse, when you eat, you don't take a...
That's right, Rabbi. That's right.
Leave him to finish.
The end result, if you talk in the middle of the rabbi speaking, even though you think you have something wise to say, the problem is you're going to not realize what the rabbi will never say what he meant to say. So therefore, the rabbi again, same thing. A person should be. So we're just going to end over here. Very important. A person should know that shtika, shma. Don't be hasty to jump and to argue. Talking to myself, obviously. B'ezrat Hashem should give us a zechut to learn Torah amitit.
Somebody asked question.
Shabbat shalom.
Look, somebody asked question.